Hello and welcome to the Daily Dominion for February 20th, 2025. We've got Renaissance and Corn Guilds dual set day. We've got Cathedral and Recruiter and Infirmary and Priest. I think we might have enough trashing here. Let's see. We've got Mountain Village and Recruiter for actions, Swashbuckler, Advisor, Lackeys for draw. But what we... Oh, yeah, I guess there's also Barracks for actions. What we don't have is plus buy. That's pretty unfortunate. There are gains with Sculptor and with potentially gold from the treasure chest with Swashbuckler. We can also get cards into our discard pile with Advisor. So, I mean, this is going to be a pretty linear game overall. So we want to build very efficiently. I am thinking that Cathedral is probably not necessary here. Like, we have the Baker token. We can open with Recruiter if we want. Recruiter... It could just be Recruiter Lackeys. It could also be Recruiter Silver. We want to get a Sculptor too, and I mean, I guess we could consider opening with that as well. Probably want to get multiple Sculptors. We open Recruiter Lackeys. I mean, we should be able to pick up a Sculptor easily enough anyway. Or Recruiter Silver. Recruiter Silver has the advantage of not triggering a shuffle. Recruiter Lackeys has the advantage of potentially triggering a shuffle, right? Like, I mean, depending on the shuffle trigger, that could be bad, good, or could be bad. Anyway, I mean, the expectation is to take plenty of silvers off of Sculptor, right? So I think I'm inclined to go Recruiter Lackeys. Well, that's unfortunate. Recruiter misses the shuffle. We don't get a Sculptor. This is a pretty bad draw. Well, I think we take a Mountain Village now. We are going to want some villages. We'll still be able to, like, Mountain Village has some anti-synergy with Swashbuckler that I ran into in a recent daily, but because we'll have villagers, it won't be too bad. And we will want, like, at least a couple of villages. Alright, let's grab us a Sculptor. Do we pick up the Recruiter or do we pick up the Sculptor? I think the Recruiter, because I think I do want to trash this estate more than I want to gain something right now. Okay, I think this is just second Sculptor. We do want to pick up a Swashbuckler at some point here. We might also want to pick up a Baker, probably not now, but Baker can help us get the treasure chest. Hmm. It's not like we're drawing deck yet. Maybe we should grab the swashbuckler now before we get too much thinner and have increasing trouble like activating the swashbuckler. All right, I think I want to do the advisor thing. I guess the risk is that like we end up discarding the swashbuckler and then can't actually play it. So maybe we play the lackeys first. Well, hmm. We play recruiter now and we see swashbuckler. We still won't be able to get a card into our discard pile, so there's no point in worrying about that. So what do we want to sculpt? I mean, we could just take a silver. I don't think... This is just 3 coppers. So we definitely want to draw that. And the order here doesn't really matter unless we're going to play whatever we sculpt, which we're probably not. I'm not going to sculpt like a priest or something. So I think we are buying Baker this turn. I think storing up the coffers is going to be useful. I'm thinking about if we just sculpt lackeys, we can always recruit lackeys. We could also sculpt advisor now just to like have that available. Yeah, let's actually do that. And we could actually start provincing at this point. So if we do advisor now, we draw 2 cards. If we don't see our swashbuckler, but then we see it later, like there's a world where we get a coffer off of swashbuckler this turn. The other thing we could do is just sculpt like a silver, use that to hit province, not overcomplicate things. Yeah. Okay. So down here we have a copper and a lackeys. So you have to spend a coffer to hit province here, which isn't if we take a silver, which is not ideal. But maybe it's fine. Like, we're clearly not activating the swashbuckler this turn anyway. And I just don't think waiting on provincing pays off. Like, what are we going to add to our deck that's really going to be impactful at this point? Okay. We can find our advisor in time. We can't. Fine. Well, we can gain another silver, and this gives us more room to trash copper going forward. Maybe we're just never getting the treasure chest, and that's okay. I mean, I don't think we're going to have trouble provincing out from this point, so... Yeah, there goes the... Oh! Wow. Do we go ahead and take a duchy? I think we do. It's unfortunate, but... I mean, we have a lot of villagers. What else could we do? And 1 coin short. That's a really unfortunate draw. We saw both of our provinces. We skipped our swashbuckler. Didn't see our lackeys. See the mountain village to pick up the swashbuckler. But yeah, I think it's got to be touchy. Let's say sculptor, I guess. How much? I have plenty of villagers. All right, so we're gonna pick up swashbuckler, and then we're gonna sculpt another advisor. Okay. Skip the recruiter. No. We discarded a silver and a copper. We do... I mean, I guess we can just draw it all. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can trash a copper and still hit province without spending any of our coffers. That's what we wanted. Not entirely clear here whether we want to Mountain Village before or after advisor in this case, if we had the opportunity. I guess we'll just start with the baker. Let's play the lackeys. Well, aha. Okay. So we can already afford province. That's no issue. We got the chest, so we're going to get a gold, which means getting rid of another copper is only helpful. What is this card? This is... Do we only have the one lackeys? Huh. How about that? It's not the baker. Oh, I guess it's a province. Okay, well, so we should advise her that. All right, so we can... They have 2 sculptors, so they can get province double estate, but they can't get triple estate, and they can't get, you know, double duchy or whatever. So we could take an estate as some kind of insurance, but I don't think there's any reason to. I think we just take silver to hit province while keeping our 5 coffers. Getting the treasure chest here ultimately was obviously not important, but it is nice to have the coffers as just insurance. And now, yeah, we have an in hand. So yeah, there was definitely some first player advantage to that. I don't think the AI's deck was doing too much different. One thing they did was invest in a priest, which I don't really think was necessary. I mean, I guess if, you know, if you're never going to be able to activate the swashbuckler in time to matter, then maybe priest is a good pickup because the coppers were bad. The second sculptor is nice. I just feel like they didn't have time for it. I wanted to see. And barracks is a that's a bad buy. You should not buy barracks here. Definitely. Like, I mean, even if there was plus buy on this board, there'd be no reason to. The recruiter is here, lackeys is here. You do not need barracks ever, 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 ever. So they opened lackeys sculptor. I did consider that. Like, what if we go straight to sculptor? I think I like the recruiter open better, even though I missed 5. But anyway, so they get another lackeys, and they get the priest and a recruiter, and then they get the swashbuckler. So this is all looking like reasonable to this point. Sure. Yeah, this barracks here is 100% wrong. That's really bad. If you're gonna get a second sculptor, get it now. Like right here. I actually think that would be quite good. And I think arguably I should have gotten second sculptor over Baker in retrospect. Like I did think, like I said, I could, you know, get to the chest. That was obviously not realistic. And while the coffers were nice to have stored up to make for the smoothing, I think a second sculptor would have just been better. And I think, yeah, going potentially like rather than even trying any of the coffer stuff, just like trying to thin down more of the coppers with priest and then having 2 sculptors, I actually think that build might be better. But the barracks buy here is just such a huge tempo loss that I think, like, literally that by itself would have been enough to cost them the game. And then here they buy another sculptor while having the money to province. And this is kind of what I mean. I mean, I'd already bought a province, so, like, most likely they lose here regardless. Although they did... I mean, no, because they wouldn't have had the second sculptor if they didn't buy it here. Yeah, so, like, most likely they're lost at this point anyway. Because of they bought the barracks. But, yeah, like, now gaining the second sculptor here is just too slow. And this is even with me having had this one turn where I only hit duchy. So yeah, I mean, what turn? So we finished this on turn 12. I want to try. Or maybe I should. Should I reroll my? Yeah, let's reroll rather than keeping it. All right, I want to try. I'm going to stick with recruiter lackeys. But I want to try the double sculptor no baker line. Okay, this time we get the sculptor right away, which is obviously better. And might be a little bit misleading in terms of like our like if this we finish stronger here, that might be because we hit 5 on turn 3. But anyway, so we got 4 again. I will say the mountain village was not very necessary. If we're gonna go with, I said, maybe we just take a priest here. Kind of thinking like if you like have one sculptor for lackeys and one sculptor for silvers, you can put together a pretty reliable deck. Like maybe you do grab one swashbuckler at some point, but I mean, if we could have done it this turn, right? If we'd found lackeys, drawn, and then hit 5, either get one of these, like that would have been big. Because we can like always sculpt the priest if we want it, but let's try getting the priest. Dang. I mean, I guess the extra money doesn't really matter, but I think we go. I think we keep the estate for the recruiter, and we go. Well, this is all junk, isn't it? Maybe we'd go lackeys here. Now we go second sculptor. We'll get the swashbuckler later. If at all. Maybe we don't. The swashbuckler. Sculpt another lackeys. Huh. This is not where I expected things to be. I mean, we can hit province right now. Yeah. We are running low on villagers. That is something to keep in mind. The lackeys. I really wanted to find the priest. I want to be able to play the priest and then the recruiter, but it's not working out. Damn it. I think this was... I think this line was overzealous. I do need... It's like I do need either like a proper village or something. I mean, it would have helped if I'd had the priest early in the turn. Like, the idea was then I could priest a copper, I can recruit, you know, lackeys or something, and then I can still hit province off the money from that. But bottom decking the priest really hurts. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, we can recruit the lackeys, but then we can't actually hit province. Yeah, I don't like where I am. I kind of want to retry this. Rather than doing this, oh, I can't just. Ugh. All right, here we got the priest here. I think I'm going to change my approach. I'm going to take the mountain village here. Maybe just the one. All right, now we sculpt priest, play priest, play recruiter. This is just junk down here, which is annoying, but take that other sculptor. Yeah, I was afraid of that. On the upside, we can use this as our opportunity to buy a swashbuckler. All right. Swashbuckler activates here. I do want the priest, but also want this. We could sculpt another mountain village to grab the priest. And that is a copper on top, which isn't ideal. But we could stop here. Sculpt a silver by province. We could also play the lackeys to draw it off. We draw it, we can buy province without a silver, and then we could just sculpt whatever. We burn 2 villagers instead of gaining 1, but we also gain an extra card that isn't just a silver. On the other hand, we're going to need the silver to hit province next turn. Is having it now better than having it later? Having it now does make it less likely that we line our priest and recruiter up correctly. Also, we're going to be trashing 2 cards next turn. Get to those 4 coins. Which means... No, 1 silver will still do it. We have it all lined up. Okay. As long as we gain 1 silver per turn, we should be good, starting next turn. So long as we can play priest before recruiter. So I think we actually go lackeys. We don't net any villagers this way, but we do add a draw card into our deck. And something that we can recruit for villagers if we want to. Okay. Third sculptor. All right, so we want to do the priest and a recruiter thing, but I think I might actually take a well. I just want to make sure we have like a target that we want to trash with the recruiter, which means ideally we see more cards first. I mean, we only have the 1 province. We have both of our sculptors in hand. We could draw like province swashbuckler. That would be the like real failure case. It's fine if we trash a lackeys. Oh, we could also draw like Mountain Village Swashbuckler or Mountain Village Province or something. Trashing the Mountain Village wouldn't be so bad though, actually. We'd also just sculpt a lackeys and then trash that. Maybe that is actually the play. Or at least have the option to trash it, I should say. Well... I guess we're doing that. Because we need to get further through this shuffle. Okay, fine. We need to gain this silver anyway. Villagers do they have? 2? Well, I guess they're just gonna pick up the sculptor anyway if they Mountain Village. Alright, so we can get an advisor here and guarantee activate Swashbuckler. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. I guess we might as well keep this Mountain Village in case we want to pick up whatever we discard. Alright. Fine trashing a lackeys here, for sure. This last card is our other sculptor. We're going to gain a silver off of that. I mean, we have way more lackeys than we need, so we might as well trash the lackey. Well, yeah, because we want the villagers. I mean, we don't need this copper, is the only thing about that, but anyway. All right, I think it's more valuable to be able to pick up a card with Mountain Village than to try to worry about activating Swashbuckler. All right. Although we could sculpt another advisor, I guess. My Mountain Village. We are running low on villagers here. Yeah, that was actually... The problem is, we have the priest here. We will draw the recruiter, but we wanted the actions to play it, unless we sculpt another mountain village. We will have the money to buy province, though, without another silver, so we could sculpt the mountain village. Sculpt another mountain village, I mean. I guess that's what we gotta do. And we don't get to activate the Swashbuckler. But... nothing to be done about that, I suppose. Or, well, we could sculpt another lackeys. That's a net one villager, which should be enough. Right? We go priest. We do that. We do this. We have exactly 8 coins. And we're up by 2 provinces. So yeah, this is... I played it wrong the first time. It's a little bit trickier to navigate, but this is looking like the stronger deck than what I tried the first time. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Haven't tried the cathedral line. I don't think I believe in it though. Maybe on a 3-4 you go cathedral. Up the mountain village. Ha! That's silly. Did they gain any estates? Yeah, they gained 1. Not that it matters. I'm just curious. Alright, so now we just... priest... lackeys, recruit, lackeys, sculpt, silver. We still have a copper down here, don't we? Oh no, we trashed that last turn. What is that card? Is it another silver? I don't know, whatever. If we were continuing the game, we'd want to sculpt the lackeys. I guess, in theory, we should have actually sculpted a state here and spent our coffers. Yeah, fine. But yeah, we definitely finished in fewer turns. We had a bigger lead. It's definitely the better approach. They didn't get the barracks this time, so they didn't make that mistake, but they were still behind. Why is that? So they go Sculptor, Lackeys again. Then they get the turn 3 Recruiter. Another Lackeys. Another Sculptor. Get some Mountain Villages, get a Swashbuckler. All of this looks pretty similar to what I did. Maybe just taking too many Mountain Villages? Oh, this right here. Okay, yeah. I mean, I had already bought my first province. They buy another Sculptor, so that Sculptor cannot possibly generate 6 points of value over the remainder of the game. So if they had bought province here, then that's a province that they have that I don't have. So that's a 12-point swing, and then they're within 1 point. And maybe it's more complicated than that because of like Sculpt Estate. But yeah, like they could have gone toe to toe, and instead they bought a third Sculptor. So I mean, maybe. I guess I don't know. You know, like I said, I mean they might have been taking too many mountain villages. I had 2, I had 4, but yeah, then it's like I buy province, they buy province, I buy province, they buy province, I buy province, they buy province, I buy province. So yeah, I guess I am curious to see. Okay, so if we have a 3/4, what happens if we do go Cathedral? I don't think it's gonna work, but I am curious. Now, for this, I think we do just go straight to Sculptor, and maybe we don't even get a Recruiter. Which is one of the reasons, I don't know, it's has definitely some awkwardness potential, but this should probably be a mountain village if we're potentially not gonna play with Recruiter anyway. I think here we want Silver Swashbuckler or Silver Sculptor. Let's say Silver Sculptor, actually. Silver Swashbuckler now. We go Lackeys. We go Mountain Village. Mountain Village gets us to either our other Sculptor or our Swashbuckler. I think that's... If we take Swashbuckler here, we're guaranteed to see our Sculptor. So I think we do that. Oh wait, no we're not. I was looking at 3. Did I have cards on top of my deck? Yeah, whatever. I looked at 5. Oh, I missed this. Classic. Well, I still think taking the Swashbuckler is the play. And yeah, I think we just go for province. Turn 6. That's like maybe a turn earlier than we first provinced in the other game. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Now I think we want lackeys. Five coins. None of the lackeys then. One coin short. Boo. I guess this is probably a third sculptor. This is never activating, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay. We take silvers to hit province. What's down here? Another mountain village and another lackeys, I think. So maybe that should have been an advisor. One villager. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, I think this approach is not as effective. And it's hard for me to see how this would work with adding recruiter in as well. But yeah, it's like we actually have less deck control than we do by doing the non-cathedral trashing. Yeah, we might still win because of first player, but our advantage is not amazing. How many of these cards are we going to draw? Maybe we just take the silver and picked up the swashbuckler, maybe. Do it this way. Yeah, anyway, I was saying we might still win, but we're not winning faster or more decisively than we were before. It seems clear. I don't know. Guess we could activate swashbuckler here. Let's do this first. Oh, we need to take estates though. Oops. Yeah, alright, whatever. This is clearly not this is clearly not the play. Anyway, yeah. So I feel validated my decision to skip Cathedral. The bot skipping Cathedral wasn't. I mean, it worked out well enough, obviously, but without playing it, it's hard to know for sure. But the bot skipping Cathedral wasn't much evidence to me because I've seen the bot skip a Cathedral when it shouldn't. So I don't know that it values Cathedral highly enough. But on this board, I do think the Cathedral skip was good. And yeah, like it's like you actually get worse control that way than you do with just like Recruiter, because you don't have really the fodder to like pick up it. Probably, I mean, I guess I didn't try Cathedral plus Recruiter, but I'm not gonna. I've already spent enough time on this. But yeah, I think the Recruiter plus Priest play is the play. The Barracks buy is bad that the AI was doing, but other than that, I think its general build concept was actually pretty good. Like getting 2 Sculptors, a Swashbuckler, a Recruiter as your 5s, and then provincing. It's gotten 3 Sculptors like before. I got the third Sculptor this time, but yeah, but it. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good, and no Baker. I think the first time through, I did that, but I won anyway because they got Barracks and I was first player, and maybe there was some other stuff too. But yeah, there you have it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.